we have the Hyperbee. Let's do an unboxing and set one up so you guys can see what they're like. There she is. SurRon's answer to a Pitbike. And today we have the special opportunity to do blue. Make sure you've got your Stanley knife, don't cut yourself, it fucking sucks. There we go. Look at that, how cool is that? Alright, let's start to set her up. See it cooking. Alright, now with your Hyperbees, you've got your charger box. So, gives you a nice charger. Last one too, quite good. So the other box they give you has your toolkit, your manual. Booklet. And your remote controller. We'll get into that one later. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, grab your handlebars, line them up. So for these ones, they would go. Yep, like that. Grab your throttle, slide that on. Now you've got the 4 Allen keys up here that hold your head stem in. Just loosen those ones out. Alright, so you use your T30 bit to get those ones out. Line your head stem. Like that. And you'll notice on the handlebars you've actually got little lines. They correlate to where you're supposed to put them. Line them up like that. And always do them in finger tight. Never try and jump in straight away because you'll throw your arms. Once that's all aligned, you'll see the SurRon logo. Align the SurRon logo with the 2 flat parts of the handlebar holders. And tighten them down. You still do it fingerless and it's not going to move, but we're planning to do it now. Everything's all aligned and in place. And then so you put even pressure on, pull the screw up diagonally. So like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, even pressure. Alright, the next thing we focus on is our brakes. Now you'll notice they all align. The top of your brake is your reservoir there. So always make sure the reservoir's on top and not both aligned, whether it's left or the right. So this one here would be back brake. Turn that around. So the best way to do this is just loosen it off completely. And then we can chuck it. your brake like so, without dropping it, obviously. Again, line the screw hole up and just finger tighten it. Push your finger tight and use your arm here, you can get it ready. Alright, now we've got the other screw, chuck that in. Now whenever you do your brake levers, make sure the lever's facing down. It's a lot more ergonomical for your hands and it feels so much better. One in, chuck two in. Tighten up. There's one brake lever done. Now just on the other one. Same concept. Now with your throttle, I suggest not tightening it till the end, so that way you know where everything is. Get the brake lever on first. Alright, so once your brake lever's on, put your throttle in place. You notice it's got a little groove. You want to be able to put it so that way you've got your full twist motion. Then, grabbing your number 4 Allen key, stick it in and tighten it up. There's 2 screws that tighten in your throttle, just so you've got even placement and that way your throttle's not sticking. If you find your throttle is sticking, it's probably because you've tightened up one and not the other. But you should have a perfect throttle like that every time. Alright, so now that that's all done, we take the straps off, we put her on a stand and we start building that front wheel. Let's go. Alright, so to get one of these out of the crate, quite simple. Find your strap that you're getting glued, pop her up. Put it in your box so that way you got it for later. And now we get the axle out of the front wheel. Alright, so down on your Hyperbee, you've got these two, and your axle bolt. We've got to take the axle bolt out, but we've also got to loosen these off as well too. Alright, now with that loosened off, we can smack that out. Best way I found to get your axle out is get the tight end and then just pull it out with your big Allen key. You just got to put a little bit of pressure on and make sure you're not going the direction to loosen it. Yeah. So you just put it in like that, and as you pull, you can see that axle's dropped out now. That's all you got to do. Alright, once she's out of the box, get your stand ready. You can use a milk crate, you don't have to use one of these professional ones. Grab your bike, they're not too heavy. Stick her on your stand. There we go, now let's get that front wheel on. Alright, so to get the front wheel on, grab your wheel. Now you'll notice zip tied to your wheel is these two little wheel spacers. All you do is get one of those, stick it straight in there like that, and then other side. There's the spacers for your wheel. Now in your brake caliper, you'll see a little brake holder, stops your pads from being pushed in while in transit. Grab your rim. Now it's a bit finicky, but it's a bit finicky. But try and align it as best as possible. That will happen. Once your spaces are in, you've got it aligned, grab your axle bolt. Push your suspension up a tiny bit to get it to align. And with a little bit of finicking, you can get it in. Once it's in, put your other cap on. Alright, so once your nut is in place, tighten her in. Once your front wheel's in, you've got your 4 alley keys that hold your axle in place. Tighten those down and make sure they're tight, because the last thing you want to do is have your front wheel falling off while you're doing some sort of wheelie or something. Again, just do an even pressure between the 2 or 4. You'll notice as you tighten one, the other one will get a little bit looser, so just keep evenly tightening until they're both tight. Same with this side. Alright, so there's our axle in. All you got to do is slide it in from one end, meet it to the other. Sometimes you might have to lift the suspension. I just use my knee, prop her up, and then once you've done that, focus and make sure that these are evenly tight on both sides, and your axle is nice and tight as well too. Alright, so now we've got the fender, we just got to hook it in there. You notice you got your diamond little shape there, triangle shape. So all we got to do is slide that in, and you'll notice up in here, these slide in to these 2 little spikes just here. Alright, let's get her on. For reference, they're 3 10mm bolts. Alright, so when you get these little screws out from under there, you'll notice they've got 2 washers on them. Grab the top washer off, you can see it's flanged, and just clip them into there. Same thing with this one. It'll just save you a lot of effort trying to get it up there. She's looking pretty together now, boys and girls. Alright, now if you want a little tip, they don't actually include the 10mm, so just grab yourself a socket. Makes it so much easier. Alright, there's our keys. Let's see what else we need to do. We've got the stand to go, and then that's it. For this one, grab the 2 bolts out of the box, grab your 6mm, grab your stand, and without using too much rocket science, you can see where that aligns up. So let's get it done. Remember, always start the screw by hand, get them both aligned in. Now grab this. There we go. Alright. Let's get her off the stand, pump the tyres up, and she's ready to roll. Alright, so we do 33 psi in each tyre. 3. There we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she's ready to turn on. Alright, let's see if she's got charge. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so in your box you've got these little things here. What they do is they stop the motor from running if they get pulled off. So you attach these to your wrist, and if you get reefed off the bike, it won't keep going on you. So you've got to have one of those on. Put your key barrel in there, turn her on, boom. Starts up. Goes through your error codes. Now, it won't actually go anywhere until we click the button over the top here. And you'll see ready. Little green light come up. At that point, there we go. Now in your little box here, you have your remote controller. USB rechargeable. Comes with a lanyard in the box. You turn it on right here. Boom, she turns on. Now this functionality is quite cool. You'll notice on the display.
Bike connected. Power level 1.
If you press and hold the side button, it'll
Power level 2.
It'll up the power levels.
Power level 3.
On the right hand side here, you've got a mic. Hello. 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 So you can talk to your kids. And last but not least, if they ever lose control, press this button here and it kills the bike entirely. Let's see what she's like at full steam. Jesus. Some kid's going to be happy this week. Alright guys, DJ High Voltage coming to you with the Hyperbee build. Hope this was helpful. If you've got any questions, let us know, and